Hello and welcome to Cracked Open with Coach Kristen. I am Kristen Fuller. I am a coach. I help people find freedom from trauma and addiction. Both. A lot of freedom there. All right. I just finished teaching Smart Recovery. I teach every Tuesday. Please join me if you are struggling with an addictive substance or an addictive behavior. All are welcome, and you do not even have to have your camera on. Bonus, right? Okay, in Smart Recovery, a couple of people were talking about being in early sobriety, so early recovery. I consider early recovery like 90 days and less, so 3 months and under. And during that time, it is normal, natural, typical to want to retreat back into destructive patterns or behaviors or be around toxic people. I know it sounds like, what? You're working on healing and recovery. Why would you even associate with these people? Sometimes, like in my case, I went off of, so became sober from everything all at once. It was a lot. So if we go back to 2020, December 26th, I woke up after consuming far too much of a sleeping pill prescription combined with alcohol at a lethal level. I would not consider it an aliving attempt. I would consider it complete lack of intention, lack of care or concern what would happen to my body as a result of ingesting all of that at the same time. There is a distinction there, and I just want to make that clear. And I remember feeling like all I want to do is be around this destructive person, or all I want to do is just be in a place where I could see people drinking, even though I couldn't. And I know that sounds so weird, especially if you've been in my shoes. If you've been in my shoes and you've been in early recovery and you're like, why am I craving these toxic behaviors of people I used to use with? Here's why. Here's why. The part of your brain that is the primal part of your brain, the part of your brain that keeps you safe, only knows that these, in the recovery world, we would call it people, places, and things, make you feel familiar, make you feel comfortable. And one of my students tonight was sharing that they even will go out of their way to look for them, toxic people, on social media. And I used to do the same thing. And there's a lot of cognitive dissonance involved. How I describe that term is, you're not doing something that's in alignment with your goals and your values and where you want to go, but you want to so badly that it's like you're at war with yourself. Do you remember Looney Tunes? I'm aging myself now, I'm 48, but Saturday morning we would watch morning cartoons. And on Looney Tunes, they would always depict at some point, usually on Tom and Jerry, the angel and the devil on the shoulders of the person. And comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Was it a fever dream or what? No, I'm pretty sure there are episodes where the angel and the devil. I know also on the Disney Channel when we watched Mickey, what was it called? Oh, it'll come back to me. But angel and a devil on his shoulder. I know that you are familiar with the term. That is a visual representation of cognitive dissonance. Like, I know I'm supposed to be going here, but I'm drawn here. I know that my new life requires me to take steps in this direction, but I'm being pulled in this direction. Okay. So my student was experiencing that. And once I told him that that is normal, that is your brain's way of trying to keep you down here where it feels safe, where it feels familiar. Now, your your job, and this will rocket boost your recovery, is pause before you take action on that. I like the idea of pausing to sleep on it. Okay. So I told my client, if you get the idea, I want to go on social media and see what those toxic individuals are up to. Pause and ask yourself, what is it that I really need? What is it that I really need? Do I viscerally need, do I feel it in my bones, the need to go spy on my ex? Do I feel the need to go be around environments where I used to use? Odds are good that no, when you ask the question, that is not what you need. There is another need that needs to be met. What could it be? Sometimes it's just a basic human need. Do I need to drink some water? Do I need to get a snack? There's an acronym in the recovery world called HALT: hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And I've added a B to the end of HALT because I notice in the work that I do with my clients that often boredom is a massive trigger. So ask yourself, before I go immerse myself in this old world that takes me out of my new direction in life and potentially could cost me my sobriety, what is it that I really need? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Thank you, Zoom. Am I tired or am I bored? And then you can be in the driver's seat to make that need go away. You can get a snack. You can connect with other humans. You can find something to replace your boredom. So before you act on any of those old urges, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what do I need? Reminder, these are your needs. They are not fulfilling the needs or expectations of others. You may hear from a family member or a friend, we think you need to go to whatever, 12-step recovery, and you're in smart recovery. You're not available for their needs. You're available for your needs. You are the captain of your healing and recovery journey. You are the one who has the facing of consequences for your behavior. And the mistake that we make often in early recovery or early healing, both are similar paths, often done at the same time, like mine was. And what we need is to become aware of what this new version of ourself even likes. At the point when I ended my relationship with alcohol, I wasn't eating. I didn't even know what I liked anymore. I I had no idea who I was. And I remember early on in my journey just feeling so depleted and broken and wayward, kind of feral. Like I didn't know if I was coming or going. And I saw this little meme of a mirror ball. And it said, mirror balls are really tiny, broken, thousands of pieces of glass put together into something that shines so bright we all love being under or around it. That's what I chose to become. Instead of focusing on my brokenness, I focused on the light that I could provide. Instead of focusing on the brokenness and the broken pieces and all that I lost and all that I gave up and all that I messed up, I chose to focus on what can come of it. Here's the thing. Addiction is looked at by many as a life sentence. I got a DUI, my life is over, everything's screwed up, or I relapsed again, gonna get a divorce, everything's over. No, it's not over. That's where you begin again. That is where you scoop up your pieces and create a mirror ball out of them and shine from them. That is part of why I named this channel Cracked Open. Because even after recovery, I was like, yeah, I've got 4 years under my belt. I'm doing awesome. I was put through a literal meat grinder of circumstances at the beginning of this year that made me feel like I was cracked open, wide open, all over again. And it was very difficult to stick to my values, to my goals, to my sobriety, to my practices, to everything that got me to this point. And once I was cracked open, it was like, okay, there's a fork in the road. I can go the path that I know, which is back to all the old behaviors, or I can chart a new course that leads to the life that I desire. James Clear says every action that you take is a vote for the person that you wish to become. You get to become the person that you were born to be when you let go of what is holding you down, whether that is addictive substances or addictive behaviors, old coping mechanisms, old trauma responses. They're holding you down like sandbags and keeping you comfortable. So you think. Until you start to learn what freedom looks like and feels like, and what a superpower it is to get to, not have to get to live a life without needing external things to make you shine. Because you already are. You already are. You were born to shine. It's already in you. You just need to take the steps to move in that direction. And by watching this and other content like this and joining me in SMART, whether or not you are struggling with an actual addictive substance, you can still join me there. It's connection. It's meeting together. Or keep listening to content on my channel and channels like it from people who have been in your shoes. People who have compassion, not judgment, for where you are and where you are going and where you are headed. All right. That is all for now. I am up to, as of this day, May 13th, 50 subscribers. I am so excited that we are growing and more of you are consuming this content because it is so dear to my heart. And my goal is to offer affordable coaching and how to bring down your nervous system into a regulated state and how to move your body for optimal health. I want that to be available to as many people as possible. So that is why this is my passion project, my commitment for the rest of the year, to keep bringing these light bulb moments to you, keep bringing what I picked up from students in class or from clients that I'm working with that I could share with you, so that even if we can't work together one-to-one, you can still receive the guidance and the homework and the active practice that will take you to where you wish to be, because you deserve it. You are worthy of healing simply for being human. Don't ever forget that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.